Hey y'all, it's Heather again, back with your day's daily update for today, Tuesday, February 23rd. Today's episode, we start out with a replay of EJ and Rafe at Sammy's door. Rafe is greeted by EJ, of course. I don't guess I would call it much of a greeting, as EJ is not very happy to see Rafe there, and Rafe feels the same way about EJ being there. Rafe is, of course, there looking for Sammy. Then, not long after that, here comes Sammy. Sammy walks up, explaining that she went to the dry cleaners to pick up her black dress because she felt like maybe she would need it for Sydney's funeral, considering the discovery they made about Sydney earlier. They all go inside. They talk. Sammy's upset because she feels like Rafe only views Sydney as another FBI case. He tells her that's not true, and then she reminds him that when Grace died, that they grieved together and they were there for each other. Rafe then tells her, I can't do that this time, but what he doesn't tell her is that it's because he doesn't think Sydney's dead, and he doesn't want to tell her that because he's afraid it could further complicate their relationship, and he don't want to do that. At this point, EJ suggests maybe he should leave, and Sammy suggests EJ stay and Rafe leave, which leaves Rafe understandably upset. His feelings are hurt. He leaves, and then Sammy and EJ are talking. EJ's trying to convince her that Rafe is finally showing his true colors and that he is just using Sydney to impress his superiors at the FBI headquarters. Sammy disagrees. Anyway, that goes on for a minute. Then EJ leaves, and then Sammy is, there by herself thinking, and she is, it occurs to her that the way Rafe was acting, she feels like something's up, so she heads out to find Rafe, sensing there's something more to what's going on. So now we'll go to the scene at the hospital where Phil catches Carly in Mel's room. Of course, he's very angry about it. He tries to calm Melanie down because she's obviously hysterical over this whole Carly is my mother news. And she tries to just write Carly off as a liar. She's delusional, all this other stuff. Phil lets Melanie know that he's not so sure that she's lying, and Mel at this point just does not know what to think. And so now we will go to the station where Bo and Vivian are there. Bo lets Vivian know that Carly's been let out on bail, and she's not happy about this. She tells him, you're just going to let a killer roam the streets, blah, blah, blah. Bo looks pretty happy to be giving Vivian this news because she is so unhappy about it and distraught over it. Bo gets a call from Dan telling him that Carly's at the hospital. Bo's not surprised at all, as he figured that's the first place she would go. Exit Bo, going to the hospital. Meanwhile, Vivian's still at the police station. She has one of her visions of Lawrence there, and Lawrence is telling his auntie that she must kill Carly, and then Aunt Vivian tries to convince Lawrence that she's done worse because now Carly will have to spend the rest of her life in prison, where she'll have to deal with the fact that she tried to kill her own daughter. But Lawrence makes it clear that he's not going to be happy till Carly he wants her dead, and Vivian agrees that this will happen. So now we're at the hospital. Bo and Dan are talking about Carly being there. Of course, Bo says to Carly, "What are you doing here? I had to see my daughter," blah, blah, blah. They have their little exchange. Then we see Chloe approach, and she's not too happy with Dan because she feels like Dan risked his job for Carly, and she says, you know, your job means a lot to you, and I just can't see you risking everything for Carly. So I think Chloe's starting to get a little bit jealous of the Carly situation, and I wonder what's going to happen when they find out that Daniel is Carly's father. Will him and Chloe stay together after that? I don't know. I wonder. For some reason, I just don't see Daniel and Carly being together, but I don't write the show, so they could end up being together over this. I don't know. Now we will go to Maggie's house, where Chad is there waiting for Mia. Mia comes in, very surprised to see Chad. Chad lets her know that he is there to offer his sympathy for what happened to Mel, as he knows they're good friends and all this other stuff. They hug. In comes Gabby. Mel's not too excited that Gabby's hanging around, and then Mia realizes it was more Gabby's idea to come check on her than it was Chad's. Chad gets a phone call from his dad, so he has to go outside, leaving Mia and Gabby by themselves. Of course, Mia tries to discourage the relationship between Gabby and Chad, and tells her she's not the serious type. Gabby's on to Mia. She knows that Mia still has feelings for Chad, and that she's going to do her best to keep Gabby and Chad apart. Anyway, what else happened today? I don't know. I guess that's basically the gist of today. It ends with of course, a preview into tomorrow's show, where EJ says they're leaving Salem. We see a scene of Melanie asking, "Who am I?" She wants to know who she is, and then we see Hope, very angry, saying to Bo, "I hope she's worth it." So anyway, I've heard reports that Bo and Hope are going to end up back together, but I don't know. He seems pretty into Carly at this point, so we'll just have to wait and see for that. I'm trying to think if maybe I've left anything out about today's episode. I don't think so, but even if so, that's pretty much the gist of what happened, I believe. So anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow, Wednesday, and it will be my last day doing Days Talk, and then Amy and James will be back, so I'm sure y'all are excited about that. So anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.